Hi all, Adventures of Chris here. Shot the video today. I was going to take you into the calf. We come off the Wren's Nest onto Priory Park and walked up. I was going to take you in the calf. The calf was absolutely rammed into the Trident Centre. I couldn't think of that. Into the Trident Centre, and for some reason the camera cut out. I don't know what happened. The camera cut out. But like I say, the calf was rammed and nowhere to sit, so really I couldn't do the breakfast little video I wanted to do. So basically today I think I know what's happening with the camera, and I can rectify that next time I go out and shoot some stuff. I am going to put the video, obviously I'll put the video out, but hiya people of YouTube, how are you today? Welcome, Adventures of Chris. I'm bringing you onto the Wren's Nest Nature Reserve. I have covered parts of the Wren's Nest Nature Reserve in an earlier video, but today I'm going to take you from the Monzhill site, which is here. This used to be my old school. It's now houses. It's all been done, all been built up. But I'm going to walk you from here and take you for breakfast. So yes, this used to be my old school. Round about here, where I'm pointing now, used to be where the playground was. And I know when they were knocking it down, I'll put some photos in the video for you to have a look. And when they were knocking it down, there was a massive like crater under the school, and it took them a few weeks to fill it all in. But there's the site of my old school. Monzhill, no longer there. If I span the camera around, once again, we're on the lovely Wren's Nest Nature Reserve. As we walk along, I'm going to take you into Dudley, and I'll take you into one of my favourite little calves, and we're going to have some breakfast this morning. I'm going to show you some, in future videos, some eateries, places you can go if you come to Dudley and you want something to eat. And you can go to these places and check them out yourself. So yes, when I was at school, we used to come along here, we do cross country. No matter what the weather, even in the winter when it was cold and icy and raining and wet, you'd have to come out and do cross country. I think this is an educational campus thing, where they do training, they do bricklaying and stuff like that. But this here, I'm pointing here, this here, there used to be the changing rooms. Right along here used to be the changing rooms, and where the fence is just there, you could go on. Of course here then was the playing fields. And yeah, this used to be all the playing fields. All along there. There you are. A little bit of personal history for you. Welcome along. Thank you everybody that clicks on, gives the videos a quick viewing. I appreciate it. Very, very much appreciated. I try and bring you as much interesting footage as I possibly can. It will get better. There's lots coming up. I am excited for it. The playing field over here. I had made it to a walkway. My old playing field's just here. I haven't been over here for some years, so this is my first viewing of what's happened to my old school, especially this part, this part we're looking at now. The front part, obviously, I go past regular, but this part, this is a first for me. But this was my real playing fields. And we used to play football. And this is one of the pitches. And they've now put trees and stuff in. This was the bottom pitch. There were three football pitches at Monshill, and this was the bottom pitch here. And they've now put these trees up, and I think the goals are about here, or for a little bit further up, I think, but no. And then you'd have maybe another pitch up here and a pitch further on up there. But I can't believe I used to run up and down here without any effort when I was younger. Unbelievable. So if I take you up here, like I say, we're on our way to get me some breakfast, get me a hot coffee. But I'm going to take you through the... Well, let's put this... It's like a wicker fencing up. This is another pitch here. And there was one further up. See, there was a pitch here, there was a pitch further up that way. So the pitch would run, the football pitch would run that way. And there'd be a pitch that would go further. I'm surprised now how big it really was. And there was also a tennis court right over the back. And basketball courts right over the back. It's surprising me now, because like I say, I haven't been on this part of the Wren's Nest for some years. So if I get lost in this video, you'll probably understand why. But I'm really surprised how big it actually all was. Anyway, there we are, my old school, the old playing fields. A bit of distant memory now. Had some happy times. It's a good school. It's a good school. Right, on to Dudley. Like I say, you can walk from where I've just brought you, you can walk through, and we'll go and grab some breakfast, and I'll show you some sights of the beautiful Wren's Nest Nature Reserve. If you've never been on here, you know, you get a chance, come on round to the West Midlands and come and have a walk, because it really is a beautiful place. I love walking over here. I do love walking over here. So, listen to that. Not a sound. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to go around Dudley. I'm going to show you in future videos my old pubs where I used to frequent as a young lad, how they've changed over the years. You know, you like a drink, people out there like to come and have a drink. You never know, if you're passing through one day, you know, we'll pop in the pub. I was going to try and do food reviews, but I'm a bit funny with some sort of food, so I don't know how good I'd be at that. Oh, it's a bit muddy pump here. Ugh. Clay. I don't know how good I'd be at that. So I'll say I'll have a think about doing food reviews. And coming up as well, while we're talking about the channel, I'm doing a little talk section. It was supposed to be actually today, but I'm prior engaged later on today, so I can't do it. But it's coming up with Double R. I'll put a link to his channel down below. We talk about sitcoms, old sitcoms, and that's going to be about 15 minutes long. So stay tuned for that. Also, coming up, I'll be on the road with some friends of mine, and we'll be doing some touring around in the old car. Now it's the first time, it's the first time I've been up here this far in years, so hopefully I can get to Dudley this way. Otherwise we have to detour back somewhere else. But like I was saying, I will be out in the car doing stuff. That's coming up next month. I'll have me a rest. I'm worn out walking up the hills. That's coming up next month. So stand by for that. Okay, a bit further on down the path. That's where we've come from. Up there, and come down here. A bit further on down the path. And if you look very closely there, there's Top Church in the distance on the skyline. If you remember, that is featured in one of my former videos. And you can't come to Dudley without looking at the old castle. Keep the camera still, Chris. Well, there's Dudley Castle. There. And if you come on the Rangers Nature Reserve, there's all stuff like this that you can look at. These boards. Dudley emerges 428 million years ago. The limestone of the Wren's Nest, Castle Hill and Sedgley Beacon were laid down in the shallow tropical sea that covered the area that was to become Dudley. So more than millions of years ago, this was a tropical sea. How about that? Oh, I nearly missed this. Look at that. That's pretty, isn't it? See, there's lots of little stuff. If you turn around, you miss it. That's the thing with coming over onto the nature reserve. There's a lot of little stuff. If you turn around quick, you'll miss it. There's some of the caves over there that have been fenced off. So, there's the view. If you remember in the previous video, Sedgley Beacon, that's roughly in that direction. Span you around. There's one thing I will say, if you come on the Wren's Nest Nature Reserve, you get a lot of these steps. Okay, in the winter months, and when you get the rain and a bit of frost, make sure you hold the handrail, because they can be slightly tedious. So just remember that when you come down the steps here, there are handrails. Make sure you hold the handrail. Okay, further on down the path, we've come from that direction. Something's happened with the latter half of that video, so it skipped about 6 or 7 minutes. But we've come off the Wren's Nature Reserve, which is over there. This is Priory Park, if you remember my first ever YouTube upload took place over there, and I think that was the same squirrel that's just bounced along there that took place over there. And we're going to make our way into town, and I'm going to keep an eye on this video, on this camera, because it's playing me up. I don't know what I'm doing, it's probably something I'm doing wrong. But off the French Nature Reserve, this is now heading into Dudley itself. A Priory Park, there's Priory Ruins over there. My first ever video. Nervously filmed that day. But once again, you know, you come off the Rangers Nature Reserve, you come along the way, you've got Priory Park, you know, there's some nice bits. And there's the pigeons this morning. Dudley pigeons. Morning, lads. There he is. Looking for somebody to cack on. So here we go. Let me check you around this area here. And our little tour. You have to watch because this traffic island, the traffic's busy this morning for some reason. And I do like what they've done. The site over there, many moons ago used to be the old Dudley School. It's now A-level campus thing, but they've built artificial football pitches just over there. Now look at the lights, and it's I've been over it. It's absolutely fantastic. Those pitches. There's people over there today. Yeah, you hear people moan about the town of Dudley. But at the end of the day, when you look around, it's not a bad little place. You know, we've just brought you off the Wren's Nest, bit of Priory Park, and when you look at the, you know, I'm going to take you to a little cafe now. Dudley's not a bad place. It's not a bad place you can come and have a mooch round. You've got the zoo, Castlegate, the casino, the cinema. You know, I mean, if you love football, the bus service runs regular. That one's coming from Birmingham. You know, here's the football pitches over there. So there's lots to be seen if you do come to this little town of mine. There's lots to be seen. I was brought up here many moons ago, and I'm proud. And on my heart, I'm proud. I'm proud of to be brought up in Dudley. This is the advanced A-level college, whatever it is here. This has been put up a few years ago now. This here. I think there's mainly, over this side, it's mainly old people's homes, retirement places. There's a church. There's Dudley Baptist Church there. But all this has been put up in the last 15, 16 years. Like I say, this, what we're looking at now, this was around the Dudley School site. The old Dudley School, going back 80s into the 90s. The old Dudley School used to be on this site, so it's quite a bit of land. It's like just the Mons Hill site. When you look at the land they had, there's a fair bit of land. So as you walk up, you're into the town. A little bit of scrap. Here's Coronation Gardens coming up over here. I've also done a little bit of footage. on previous videos of Coronation Gardens. Over there, did the 6th fly levels. If you want to come and do your A levels, yeah, see, you'd be educated in Dudley. There's the number 1. That's the bus that can take you to Wolverhampton, stuff like that. So you walk along. It's the tunnel. I forget what year it was. It's in the 70s. The precise year I couldn't tell you. I'm going to cross over again. I think it was 78 for a Jubilee. Her Majesty the Queen, God rest her. She came to do it. She stood on that balcony and waved at the crowd. Good old Queen Elizabeth. May she rest in peace, bless her. Like I say, I am going to do a little pub thing because I used to drink a few years ago, and I will take you around some of the pubs in town. That's one pub we frequented, was the Roman Arms. Drink and some of the others. About one just up in the old priory. Definitely be going into the old priory and having a look. So here we are in the town. Let's go and have some breakfast.